Hi guys, it's Allie. In today's video I have the second installment of my confidence sub-series, which is part of my encouragement series, which I hope to do on Sundays this year. So in last week's video we talked about finding or building your confidence, and I gave you my 4 top tips for finding or building your confidence. If you missed that video, I will have a card up here for you and a link in the description box so that you can check that video out. But in today's video we're going to talk about maintaining your confidence, and I have my top 5 tips for maintaining your confidence. Well, I'll preface this by saying this is the section of confidence I've been in for a few months now, in maintenance mode. And so I'm just sharing some of the things that I've done or am doing to maintain my confidence. But you know, it's a forever journey, so you know, I won't arrive. And so I'm sure plenty of you have lots of comments, lots of suggestions and tips. If you would just leave those in the comments so that we all can learn from you, that would be awesome. But now I'll give you my top 5 tips for maintaining confidence. So tip number 1 is to get rid of everything, if reasonable, that negatively affects your confidence. So there are certain items that will do that, like that certain pair of jeans that doesn't fit anymore, and it hasn't fit for maybe a couple of years now. And you've been holding on to it because you think it's motivation, you're gonna lose weight because you have that pair of jeans. But in reality, every time you see that pair of jeans, you're like, really? And it doesn't bring good feelings. So some people can use that pair of jeans as motivation to get in the gym, to clean up their diet, to make it happen. Other people, it just is a negative reminder of what you used to be and what you no longer are. So I say the things that cause negativity, get rid of them. If it's not serving as motivation, get rid of it. There's no need in holding on to anything that is bringing negativity to your life. And that brings me to the second thing that you might have to get rid of, and that is certain people. I don't say this in like the cool, what's cool today or what's cool today kind of terminology. Oh yeah, I just cut her off, or I just cut him off. It's not like that to me. It's not like a proud thing. It's kind of almost like I feel bad, but I can't have you in my life. I can't, this relationship isn't working. Something about it isn't working for me, and therefore I have to distance myself from this person. It's hard, but it's for your own sanity, and that's the whole key. It's for your confidence. If a certain person just has a way of saying a certain thing or doing a certain thing that just causes you to feel bad about yourself, then maybe that person isn't, and it's not even necessarily something deliberate. It could be something innocent. It's not even wrong that they're doing, but it just makes you feel bad about yourself. That might need, it might call for you to have to either distance yourself from that person altogether or limit the amount of time that you spend with that person. And this is one of the hardest things I think you ever have to do in life, because most people that you are that close with, where you care whether or not they're not a part of your life, they have been there for a reason and they've served many different purposes. But you guys know the saying, it goes something like, you can't pour from an empty cup. If your relationship isn't a two-way street, or if, like I said, if they just say something or do something that just makes you feel bad about yourself, then you really have to look out for yourself, because you can't be the person that you need to be or that you want to be to the other people that love you if you're feeling bad about who you are and where you are, if that makes any sense. And I'm not saying that you should cut off people that genuinely need you, but you know, like there are some people who, you know, when they need you, you know, you're there for them, you're staying up with them, you're going to help them do this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth, and you're, you know, when they call, you're there, when they text, you're there, when they message you on Facebook, you're there, when they need you for this, you're there, when they need you for that, you're there. And when you need them for one thing, small, big, whatever, they're like the road runner, like, pew, they're gone, like solid gone. And those are the kind of people that destroy your confidence. They do, because here you are, you know, pouring yourself out to them and being helpful to them, and you're not getting anything in return for it. So unfortunately, there are those people that you just have to. So we're going to go ahead and get the 2 negative things out of the way first. The second tip that I have for maintaining your confidence is understanding that you're not going to be great at everything. If you ask the people who are closest to me, they'll tell you I'm an equal opportunity truth teller. I am sometimes a little bit brutally honest, but I'm honest with you. I'm honest with you and you and you and me. I'm honest with myself. I am a 5'3" plus size lady, and I'm never gonna be a 6 foot tall, long-legged model, and never. And that's okay with me. Like, it's something, I never wanted to be one, but if I did want to be one, I can find some other way to channel all of those, the feelings that being a 6 foot long-legged model would make me feel. I can channel all of that into something else. I may not be walking down a runway, but I might be able to coach someone else to do so. I might be able to learn how to work the camera so I can take the pictures, be behind the camera. Or, you know, there are lots of different ways that you can channel those same skills and talents that they have into something that makes you fulfilled too, even though you can't necessarily do what they do. It's a fine line to walk between trying something new, right, and learning that you're not good at something and being able to be okay with that. But, you know, you live and you learn. There are some things that you're going to try, and you're going to try, and you're going to try, and you're just always going to be subpar. And those are the things that maybe you don't have the skills or talents for. But you do have skills and you do have talents. And those are the things that need to be honed and developed. And just because you don't have, like I said, just because you don't have the skill for this specific thing doesn't mean that you can't use your skills and your talents to work within that industry, to work within that field, or even to have the same feeling but in a different way. I mean, look at how many women want to be models who've gone on to be Instagram models and get deals, sponsorships and deals and brand deals and all of this stuff because they've taken what they couldn't do, which is walk a runway, and they've gotten the same kind of feel for it on Instagram. I mean, it's kind of a bad example, but it's a valid example. So like for me, it looks like instead of trying to be like every other YouTuber, because you know there are so many people who create videos on here, instead of trying to be like every other YouTuber, I talk about what excites me. You guys know, like, here's a series that excites me, nail care series excites me, and I don't know if any of these things are being done or have been done before. I'm not worried about it. I just do what I like to do, what excites me, what gives me positive energy. You know, I'm not good at drawing or creating, but I can create a killer budget. I mean, I can get you a budget. So again, it doesn't have to be that you're great at everything. Some things you'll be wonderful at, other things you won't be so great at. When you're able to focus your talents and your energies into things that yield positive returns, that's when you're going to keep that confidence going. So my third tip is going to be to set some bigger goals. So last week we talked about setting really small goals to just kind of first start building up your confidence. Well, now that you've built your confidence up and you need to maintain it, you need to set some bigger goals, some things that you do have to kind of reach for maybe a little bit. And I'm not saying that they have to be huge, massive goals, like I want to run a marathon tomorrow, like nothing like that. But it could be, you know, let's say you've been working really hard at fitness. It could be to sign up for your first 5K. The key is that these are still realistic goals that you can reach in relatively short periods of time, but they're a little bit bigger. So they're gonna offer you a little bit more of a confidence boost when your confidence is already in a good spot. Tip number 4 to maintain your confidence is to find an organization that helps you maintain your confidence. For me, I get a lot from my faith and from church and from being around church family and church activities and things like that. So that's where for me, a lot of my confidence comes from, in my relationship with God, in my relationship with my church family, my personal family, who, you know, we're all very, we all encourage each other with our relationship with God. So for me, you know, every time I walk into the church building, I'm surrounded by positive people, loving people who, you know, they give me compliments, I give them compliments. I mean, it goes back and forth, and we're building each other up. We're edifying each other, to use a biblical term. We're edifying and uplifting each other. So that's what works for me. In the past, it's been, let's see, high school. In high school, I played golf. That gave me so much confidence. I did theater arts. I did chorus. I was lead role, or a bigger role, I guess it wasn't the lead, but a bigger role in a couple musicals in high school. I mean, and all of that, those organizations just helped me to build up my confidence. think Polish the Look mentioned in a comment last week that she started taking improv and comedy courses or classes, and that helped her because she got to meet so many new people and do all of that. And it's uncomfortable at first, maybe a little bit, especially if you're introverted like me. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. I'm an outgoing introvert, but I'm still an introvert. So it can be a little bit, you know, intimidating at first. But once you get out there and you just do it and you start to get to know people and whatever it is giving you a positive return, I mean, that's when you know you're at home in an organization, and that's also going to help you maintain your confidence. And my last tip to maintaining your confidence is to become a mentor. So again, in last week's video, we talked about with building your confidence to help others. Well, the next step is to not only help others, but find, you know, that 1, 2, maybe 3 people who are on the same path as you, or at least generally in the same path as you, and really reach out to them and help them along their way. If you look back on your journey, some of the most important people who were critical to you being where you are today were your mentors. There were people who took an interest in you, talked to you, listened to you, and helped you chart your path to where you are. And you know, one thing I think we underestimate is that there are people who want to be exactly where we are. And I know what some of you are saying, nobody wants to be where I am. You're wrong. You're wrong. Some of you might say, well, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, you know, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, or maybe I'm just retired, or I'm just a single mom, or I'm just a single dad. Well, okay, you're that, but think about the person. If you're the stay-at-home mom, think about the woman who's struggling to do diaper changes, who's struggling to get food on the table, who's struggling with a screaming toddler, and she has no idea how she's supposed to manage all of this on top of doing, you know, the regular household chores that she has, going to the grocery store and cleaning and all of that. I mean, there are so many things that you think I can't help somebody. But you never know who is looking for exactly the thing that you're good at. Or how about the person who says, well, I'm retired, you know, how am I gonna help somebody? They're all working. Hello, I wanna be retired. Or maybe you find someone who's in their, you know, mid to late 40s or early 50s, and they're looking to retirement, but they're not necessarily there yet. You can sit down with them and help them chart a path to retirement, to saving money for retirement, to, you know, setting themselves up to have their own business in retirement, setting themselves up to do whatever they want to do in retirement. You know, you can be a helpmate to someone else or a mentor to someone else who wants to be where you are. And again, that's going to help you maintain your confidence because you know what to do. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the talent. It's up to you to use it. Or what about the person who's a single parent, right? They're a single parent and they're just, you know, trying to get from point A to point B. Believe you me, there is someone out there who wants that knowledge that you have because they just became a single parent and they are so overwhelmed and don't know how they're going to do it. You can help someone else. You can be a mentor to someone else and truly change their life. And when you do that, your confidence is going to be boosted too, because again, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you're imparting your wisdom and your experience to someone else, and that is going to make you feel pretty good when they are thanking you left and right for all of your advice and all of your help. So those are my top 5 tips for maintaining your confidence. I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.